We have all got back from Wales because we all went this time to see my mum. Look what we've done this morning. We've hoisted our massive symmetrical spinnaker to dry because we picked it up from Wales and it was a bit damp and musty. So I've just hoisted it. It's very light winds today.
We've only looked at it in a garden.
Yeah, but there it is. It's huge. We've got two choices with this sail. Either modify it to become an asymmetrical, which we've never done. So if you know anybody who can do that for us, that would be interesting.
Or can give me advice on
or
how
can
to
give
do
Melissa
it.
advice on how to do it, that'd be great. Or we can just try and fly it as a symmetrical, which is fine and we can do, but it's a lot harder to fly a symmetrical spinnaker when you're short-handed and you've got two kids on the boat. And the prevailing wisdom is modify it to an asymmetrical spinnaker, where you shorten one corner and you have a tack and a clew. Anyway, this morning my plan is to tackle the cockpit while the enclosure, frame and roof is off. The sliding hatches need looking at, the hatch covers need looking at, so getting on with it. Our sliding hatch had got progressively harder and harder to open and close, and that's because the little wooden blocks that the hatch cover sits on had slowly started to disintegrate. There's one you can see there, and that had caused the hatch to actually rub on the underneath of the cover. The first thing to do then, as always, was to give the whole area a really good clean. One of the little blocks of wood I'm talking about, you can see it's come away from the gel coat, and that holds the hatch cover at just the right height so it doesn't rub. Generally release our weekly videos a couple of days early for our patrons who pay a couple of quid and get a whole load of extra content that doesn't appear on YouTube. So if you want to join, head over to the link on the screen. Here I'm using the Dremel with a little sanding wheel on it to rough up the surface of the gel coat, partly so that I can see what I'm looking at and partly to prepare the surface for when I glue the new pieces of wood on. And here I'm still using the Dremel, but I've got a different tool in it because what I'm doing is kind of chamfering out and feathering out all of the old screw holes, because the old pieces of wood had been screwed into the fiberglass and they'd split it. Talking about gel coat repairs, I still need to repair these little dings here that were left by the tip of our anchor when it was on the old bow roller before Dave made our beautiful new one. So that's part of the reason I'm using this opportunity under the cockpit sliding hatch to practice with the gel coat kit. Now, the other reason that I'm not doing gel coating and working up the front today is because of this. If I start grinding and sanding and stuff right up the front of the boat today, this little boy is not going to be happy if I wake him up. Now, while I'm working, I do like to listen to music and podcasts and audiobooks, and we've been sent these very weird headphones that go on the outside of your ear. So they're like earbuds, but they don't go inside, which I find super uncomfortable, and they fall out all the time. And they don't go over the top like big headphones, which are bulky and cumbersome. They're just, they kind of clip over the top of your ear and go on the outside of your ear. And they sound really good. They won't fall off no matter what you do. I've been running and working in them. We've had had them since before Christmas and I've been testing them. I'm very, very pleased with them. We've got a discount code for you guys, so if you want to go and get some, the discount code on the screen is available to followers of the channel, and I think there's an affiliate link, so we get a couple of quid if you go and buy some. So and I wouldn't promote them if I didn't think they were worth having. So if you're after some headphones that are not in ears, which won't hurt your ears, and are not over ears, which are cumbersome, these are a very, very good option. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, well, the pieces of wood that I used to make the new rails was slightly thicker than the old wood, so rather than trim it down in little sections, I glued it on, adhered it on with Sikaflex, and then I've come back the next day with my router, measured the original piece of wood, and I'm routing it down to the same thickness as the original piece. I'm using a hand chisel just to finesse those pieces of wood down to just the right thickness, and I'm putting the cover on and just checking that it's definitely at the right height and continuing to work away to make sure that the fit is really nice. job has highlighted to me is that I really want to kind of do a really nice gel coat repair and a full paint job on all of these kind of off-white areas, because they're just grubby and old and there's lots of little dings and marks in them. That can wait till another day. The important job here was to get the hatch done, but at some point I am going to come back and do a proper gel coat repair and a repaint job on all of these off-white areas. Now if you look really closely, you'll see that the gel coat repair kit that I've got, which is white as a white thing that went to the School of How to Be White, is not the exact same shade of white as the actual boat, and you can use tints to change that. So it's another thing that I need to do in the future. Bear in mind that this boat has been painted and it isn't all just original gel coat. That job is now ticked off. I can now push that hatch open with one finger and I can pull it back with one finger. I'm going to lubricate the rails as well, but that should make things a lot easier, especially for Melissa and Jack.
In an effort to save money and not spend too much money on extra things, I have volunteered to cut Andy's hair. Don't worry, I am a dog groomer by trade, so it should be fine.
Okay, go for it.
Hold it. Just hold it.
Can you see Ollie's hair?
Just hold it.
Can you say bye-bye? Can you
Wave bye-bye. Wave.
Wave. Wave at Ollie.
Just hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Some toadets.
You done a poo?
No, that's me again. Sorry.